And question first, do you like to see videos in the future where I'm going to explain the backstories of characters?
Stand by. Resetting firmware. Animus operating system failure.
Look out!
Life is not a fairy tale, and there are no happy endings.
Who was the scared little boy in the opening of Assassin's Creed 3 who had witnessed Haytham murdering someone? And what happened to him after the Haytham sequences? Well, that, my friends, is what we are going to figure out today. The boy's name was Duncan Little. He came from a particular large family. 2 years after finding his uncle murdered by Haytham, he entered into priesthood and was sent to Africa as a missionary in 1756. But 4 years later, he abandoned his priesthood entirely. After this, Duncan sailed to Boston in 1763, after receiving harsh treatment by his family for his abandonment of the Catholic Church. Duncan then settled in Boston's northern section and became a mediator. Because of his new position, he often helped people with personal real-life issues, and generally dissuading the idea of using violence to solve your problems. Eventually one day, the Boston northern section became a target for gangs led by a Templar leader. These gangs were making the lives of people a lot harder and started threatening them if they didn't meet their demands. Eventually, Duncan had enough of this and made an alliance with the assassin Connor Kenway to take down these gangs and their leader. Surprisingly, Duncan was the first of the two who suggested becoming a gang on their own and attack the leader at the port. After killing the leader, Connor revealed to him the leader was part of the Templar Order. Of course, as we see here, Duncan was skeptical but still offered his help to Connor Kenway.
He was a Templar. What? Like the Knights Templar? Jesus. I thought they were a spook story.
They are very real.
I'll take your word for it, lad. Well, it's been a real pleasure. If ever you need a hand in whatever it is you're up to, I'm your man.
Connor then contracted him on several missions to lower Templar influence in America, and eventually he became a fully fledged assassin. In 1776, Connor was falsely accused of plotting to kill George Washington, so Achilles, Duncan and the other assassins tried to prevent Connor's execution. One of the assassins shot an arrow at Connor's rope, hoping that it will hit it and cut it. And while it certainly weakened the rope, it didn't cut it. But fortunately for them, and unknowingly, Haytham Kenway was in the crowd trying to save the life of his son. When he saw the arrow didn't cut the rope, he threw a knife at the rope and thanked God that it finished the job and Connor was still alive and breathing.
Need to stop, Hickey. Go!
5 years later, Duncan and the other assassins cleared the tunnels to New York's militarized district as part of Connor's plan to infiltrate Fort George to assassinate Charles Lee. This actually was the last time he was involved with the main plot of Assassin's Creed 3. During his involvement with the assassins, he told Connor in a tavern that he met Connor's father years ago when he still was a little boy.
I met your dad some time ago in London. I was just a boy. My uncle was just slumped there. Looked like he was sleeping, but I knew better, even if I was only a child. Your dad locked eyes on me. And I don't think I've ever been so frightened as I was in that instant. It wasn't a fear that he was going to cause me pain. It was this sense that he saw right through me, into my heart, and he would crush it if it had pleased him. But he didn't. I complied. And then he was gone.
There isn't much known about Duncan what happened to him after the events of Assassin's Creed 3, but he most likely stayed with the assassins for the rest of his life, and maybe went to visit his home country one day with Connor Kenway.
I would like to visit your home country someday.
How would you know? You'd turn a head or two in the Emerald Isle, I'll tell you that. Maybe one day I'll muster up the courage, go back, I'll bring you with me. It'd be good for a laugh at any rate.
2 more fun facts about Duncan before I end this video. According to the database, he was born in 1730. which means he was in his mid-20s when he met Haytham Kenway. That wouldn't be possible because when he met Haytham Kenway, he was still a little boy. But these mistakes have happened often in the Assassin's Creed franchise. And even if you don't recruit Duncan, he still will be there to save Connor from his execution and help the other assassins during the execution. If you have any video recommendations, leave them down in the comment section below. And if you want me to talk more about the character's personality and their relationships with the other people in the world, just tell me that in the comment section down below. And I hope you have a fun day or night wherever you are.